His parents, LaWanda and Theodore, as well as his siblings Theo and Angela. Kenny's favorite football memory is just being an Eagles football player. His advice for underclassmen is to stay committed to the journey while being focused in the classroom. Kenny plans to attend college and continue his playing career. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Boswell. Next we have number 21, Jabez Coney. Jabez is accompanied by parents, Elise and Jerome, as well as his brother, Roman. Jabez's favorite football memory is beating crosstown rival Timber Creek on Thanksgiving of his freshman year. His advice for underclassmen is to stay focused and remove all distraction. He enjoys spending time with family and teammates. Jabez plans to attend college and study music. Ladies and gentlemen, Jabez Coney. Our next senior is number 32, Marquer DeBrew. Marquer is accompanied by his mother, Claricia Sherman, and uncle Josh Sherman, and brother Dontavius Wilson. His advice for underclassmen is don't take senior year lightly. Marquer plans to go to college to play basketball and study theater. Ladies and gentlemen, Marquer DeBrew. Our next senior is number 11, Hamaz Durham. Hamaz is accompanied by his parents, Atia and Anthony. Hamaz's favorite football memory is throwing a touchdown in his first high school game as an Eagle. His advice for underclassmen is to stay focused from the very beginning. 4 years will feel like 4 days. He enjoys the bond he established with his teammates and coaches. Hamaz plans to continue his career at the collegiate level with aspirations of playing in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamaz Durham. Our next senior, you know who it is, number 9, Emerald Mitchell. Emerald is accompanied by his mother, Kim. Emerald's favorite football memory is the famous fumble recovery return for a touchdown against Washington Township during his junior year. He's also accompanied by his father. I'm sorry, I see his father there. His advice for underclassmen is to identify an upperclassman you admire and try to mirror everything they do. Make sure he's a great role model. Emerald plans on attending Sacred Heart University as an athletic scholarship, where he will pursue his dream of playing in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerald Mitchell. Next we have number 4, Jacob Mitchell. Jacob is accompanied by his mother, Layla Brooks, and his father, Greg Mitchell. Jacob's favorite football memory is this season win over Woodrow Wilson. His advice for underclassmen is to stay on top of your grades, work at your craft, and enjoy the time here at Winslow. He enjoys playing football, spending time with his family. Jacob plans to go to college and continue his playing career. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Mitchell. Our next senior, number 2, Trey Moore. Trey is accompanied by mother, Teresita Moore, godmother, Janae Pearson, and grandmother, Janet Dodson. Trey's favorite football memory is the big hit placed on Woodrow Wilson's quarterback last season that set the tone for victory. His advice for underclassmen is to focus on being a student first. He enjoys cutting hair and spending time with family and friends. Trey will continue his playing career at the collegiate level while studying political science. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Moore. Our next senior is number 3, Trey Simmons. Trey is accompanied by his father, Earl, sister, Samaya, and Deja, and grandmother, Ellen Evans. Trey's favorite football memory is scoring 4 touchdowns in one game. His advice for underclassmen is being a student must always precede athletics. He enjoys spending time with friends and family, playing video games. Trey plans to continue his playing career at the college level with NFL aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Simmons. Our next senior is number 55, Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin is accompanied by his father, Kevin Thomas, mother, Alicia Thomas Connolly, and sister, Dejanay. Kevin's favorite football memory is feeling the love of the brotherhood. His advice for underclassmen is to keep working at your craft and live your dreams. Kevin plans to continue his playing career at the collegiate level. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Thomas Jr. Our next senior is number 5, Trey Thorpe. Trey is accompanied by his mother, Chantel Delgado Thorpe, father, Trey Thorpe Sr., and his grandmother, Patricia Hunley. Trey's favorite football memory is beating Camden last year. His advice for underclassmen is that hard work is the key ingredient to getting where you want to be. He enjoys listening to music. Trey plans to go to college and play in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Thorpe. Our final senior is number 52, Amir Wali. Amir is accompanied by his mother, Samira Moore, stepfather, Dino Moore, siblings, Niaja Brackett and Tamir Moore, and father, John Wally. Amir's favorite football memory is joining the football brotherhood last year and feeling instantly welcome. His advice to underclassmen is to stay on top of your grades and enjoy football to the fullest while staying focused on the important things. Amir plans to go to college, continue his playing career, earn a degree, and make his family proud. Ladies and gentlemen, Amir Wali. We want to thank all our senior football players, and please, everybody, give them one more round of applause to all of our senior players. Good luck tonight. We're so proud of you. Cheerleader, Sharday Brown, escorted by sister, Nala Brown, brother, Tajamir Brown. Amia McWilliams is our next cheerleader, escorted by stepmother, Tiffany Williamson, father, Verizon Williamson, mother, Deanna McWilliams. Our next senior cheerleader, Una Lee, escorted by her team. And our last senior cheerleader, Jada Santana, escorted by mother Rosie Santana and sister Azaria. Let's give it up one more time to our cheerleaders. You know we can't be here without the band, y'all. You know what's up. The band is up next. Winslow Township Marching Band Senior Class of 2022. First up, pit captain, Anthony Bombera, parents, John and Linda Bombera. Next up, Manager Murdoch Brown, with her father, Milton Brown. That's right. Go ahead, Dad. Next up, drum major, Fawad Busari, parents, Sanat and Farida Busari. Horn captain, Gene Embert, parents, Gene and Carrie Embert. Next, Tyler Esposito, parents, Fred and Debbie Esposito. Next, Emily Everingham, parents, Brian and Nicole Everingham. Our color guard, captain, Naomi Ibadapo, parents, Esther and Michael Ibadapo, and sister, Tafumi Ibadapo. Next, assistant drum major, Jordan Jameson, with the man, David Parkhurst. Quartermaster, Jalen Mitchell, parents, Melissa Gunther and Ben Mitchell. Olivia Reinhardt, parents, Ryan and Beth Reinhardt. Next we have Kimora Rogan with mother Denise Dowdy. Next, Gavin Serzer with parents Jen, Stephen, and Barry Serzer. Once again, we cannot do it without our band members who play the excellent tunes. And as I always say, the award-winning Winslow Township High School Marching Band. Let's give it up for the cheerleaders and band once again, everybody. All right. We want to give it up to all our seniors. We're going to have a great game tonight. We're ready to play some football. We got to go over a couple of things first.
And we welcome you to Winslow Township High School for Friday Night Lights in Atco, New Jersey. Good matchup tonight. Winslow Township Eagles and the Holy Spirit Spartans. And with two teams battling for playoff position in their respective divisions. South Jersey Group 4 for Winslow Township and the non-public B division for Holy Spirit. We've got the national anthem coming up here at Winslow. We will pause and honor our country.
All right, great job, band. Let's get ready for some football. Test.
All right, we're ready for some football here on a Friday evening. Starting to feel a little like late fall, turning into winter coming around the corner. Temperature should be dipping into the 50s tonight, but no rain in the forecast. Though as I say that, I hopefully did not jinx our broadcast crew and all those here in attendance. Good crowd on hand for senior night from Winslow Township. Simon Rosenwasser with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, as it'll be Winslow Township High School kicking away to Holy Spirit. Spartans team looking to avoid their third straight loss. The first time in a long time. They've lost two in a row.
Kicking off from his own 40-yard
for the first time since 2017. Winslow coming off a loss against Cedar Creek. It was a high-scoring affair. 35-27 loss. Winslow played tough in the first half. Actually had the lead in that game. It's a little pooch kick for Holy Spirit. Jason Teller.
A 3-yard pickup. So Holy Spirit will be starting that first possession from their own 38-yard line.
Had the first touch of the game. So 38-yard line, as you heard our PA announcer. You'll hear the cheerleaders in the background as well. Marching band is here. As you heard them play the national anthem, it's Holy Spirit on the field. Coming in at 3-3 this season. Last playing Woodrow Wilson. And it's a handoff on first down. And the first tackle is Jeremiah Taylor.
Jeremiah Taylor will pick up about
Gets after Jeremy Acevedo.
From the 40.
So brings up a 2nd and 8. Trevor Cohen, the quarterback for Holy Spirit. And the lefty throws a strike, and off and running is Holy Spirit. inside the 5, in for a touchdown. Second play from scrimmage. And the Spartans are on the board. Elijah Stewart. 60-yard pass and catch on an easy slant route. It was delivered well by Cohen, and what a start for Holy Spirit. Senior wide receiver in Stewart will be the holder on the extra point, and we are 50 seconds in. It's a 6-0 Holy Spirit lead. And the kick is up. The kick is good. We will take a quick audio break, come back for the Holy Spirit kickoff to Winslow.
Brown.
7-0 Holy Spirit with the lead.
Jabez Coney.
Elijah Stewart with the catch and run. And we'll see if Winslow can respond, as this ball is live, and out of bounds goes Jacob Mitchell.
Jacob Mitchell.
And here comes the Winslow offense, which has played well. Hamas Duran is the quarterback. See Trey Thorpe tonight. Or at least we hope we will. He did get banged up during the second half of that game, and Thorpe is coming onto the field. And Hamas Duran will be behind center. James Wilson Jr. on the near side of your screen, listed as a wide receiver.
Quick pass. Caught by Jimmy Wilson.
And Wilson with the catch, short catch.
5-yard pickup.
5-yard pickup, well, just short of that, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
Check that, that's a 2-yard pickup, so 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 7, as this ball will be batted down. Looking for James Wilson Jr. And a 3rd and 8, not the way that Winslow wanted to start this one. And Winslow right now in firm position for a playoff spot. Top 16 make it in Group 4 in South Jersey. And as it stands, Winslow with the power points right around 4 or 5 in that grouping, which would give them a home game next week. Well, should say in 2 weeks when the playoffs begin. But a win against the quality Holy Spirit team would help their cause. Here's Duran on 3rd down. With room, got his man in stride. And Winslow off and running. Trey Simmons, touchdown.
Trey Simmons from Mr. Good.
So we're coming out firing tonight. A couple touchdowns, long ones, passing and catching. Trey Simmons, 60-yard catch and run matches that of Elijah Stewart on the Holy Spirit side. And Winslow has made this a 7-6 game. Take another look. Nice route and a beautiful ball right on the money for Trey Simmons. As our crews got the replay there. Ethan Carpenter, our director, our camera ops, Winslow Township High School students. A bobbled snap, but they got it down. Nice work by Jacob Mitchell to get that one down and put through by Timmy Bright. So Winslow and Holy Spirit are tied at 7. We're not even 2 minutes into this contest, and we'll be back. Seven, onside kick here, and a loose ball picked up by Holy Spirit. We have not seen either of the kickers kick deep. We've already had 3 kickoffs. There's 10:09 to go here in the first quarter, and 7-7 your score, Eagles and Spartans. So another drive coming here for Holy Spirit, coached by A.J. Russo. And Cohen, another throw. He is hit immediately, is Elijah Stewart. That was the touchdown play, though coming from the other side. A quick slant route from the slot. And we get another look on the replay of the hit from Cameron Brown. A lot of two-way players on this Winslow side. And they will run on second down. Not much there. Good run defense for Winslow. Marcus Lewis on the carry. So 3rd down and 3. Three receivers, and it's Cohen who hands it off on 3rd down. There's Cameron Brown with the stop behind the line of scrimmage. Jason Taylor on the carry. It'll bring up a 4th down, and Holy Spirit's got a decision to make with 6 yards to gain. Winslow looking like they're ready to receive the kick. Trey Thorpe, who plays safety, he'll already be in the secondary in that kick return position if Holy Spirit decides to punt here. For now, it looks like they're going to go for it. Trevor Cohen in the gun. Well, maybe a couple steps a little further back than he would normally be. Here's a timeout, Winslow, as they may have thought that Holy Spirit was going to punt. And now coming out, getting a look at that offensive formation. Big play early in the game as Kenny Scott and the Winslow Township Eagles get set defensively. We look at the recent results for Winslow. Cedar Creek, great game, 35-27 loss for Winslow. Just ran out of gas at the end, and the rushing attack for Cedar Creek, a very physical team, ended up wearing down Winslow in the end. But a good ball game there, and Winslow played well, especially in the first half. Pleasantville, a win there, 53-12. Camden, a 22-20 win. And Timber Creek, 44-7. There is a common opponent between these two teams as Winslow defeated Woodrow Wilson, their first game of the season. And last week, Holy Spirit played Woodrow Wilson and lost to them in, well, fairly significant fashion. On fourth down, it's Cohen looking. Here comes the pressure. Still escaping. The lefty gets it away, and that ball is intercepted by Trey Thorpe.
Winslow takes over.
Turnover on downs as the Eagles take over 1st and 10.
In their own territory, right about midfield. We're going to say 49-yard line.
So Thorpe with the interception, though, as we get another look on the replay here, Cohen just trying to extend the play, and why not just throw the ball, because if it's incomplete, you give it away anyway. If Thorpe knocked it down, it actually would have been a couple yards of advantage for Winslow, as they would have started this possession at that Holy Spirit line of scrimmage, which is in Holy Spirit territory. Instead, it'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 49. But Winslow making some adjustments, getting the stop. And here comes the offense again. Only a couple plays. Last time it was Trey Simmons on the big 60-yard catch. Duren wants to throw on 1st down, and he's looking end zone again. And that ball will bring Simmons out of bounds. Good coverage on the play by Holy Spirit. Though I will say, looking, as you get a look at Trey Simmons, looking at the Holy Spirit numbers, kind of looking like Notre Dame tonight, but it's light numbers on a white jersey, and from across the field, not the easiest to see from a broadcaster perspective. That said, good coverage by the Holy Spirit defense. 2nd and 10 as Winslow airs it out on 1st down. Trey Thorpe, the man in the backfield. Bunch formation. Here come the flags as Holy Spirit was showing pressure. Looked like Jason Taylor who came across early. So Winslow into Holy Spirit territory with that 5-yard penalty. Second and 5. Man in motion for Winslow is Cam Miller. He goes to the right side and sends Trey Simmons out wide. Well at the top of your screen, and we're not going to see a play yet. Another timeout. Coach Kenny Scott, his second already. There's only 4 minutes gone by in this first quarter, and we've seen a lot of action. 2 timeouts for Winslow, a touchdown for each team. Winslow on its second possession as we get a look at the Holy Spirit sideline, and A.J. Russo, the head coach, and we look at their recent results. A loss to Woodrow Wilson 28-12, a loss to Cedar Creek at Cedar Creek on a muddy field, and conditions certainly helped that game remain a low score. 7-6 final with Cedar Creek winning that game. So 2 in a row with the Spartans going down. Pleasantville 58-0 and Camden 34-8. So this is a Holy Spirit team with some pop. They've dealt with some COVID issues and some injuries, as all teams do. We expect a good game tonight. Certainly been evenly matched so far. 2nd and 5 after the second timeout called by Winslow. Duren with a low snap. Here comes the pressure. Duren going to tuck it and run. Has 1st down yardage outside at the 35, and down goes the camera. Thankfully not our camera. Hamas Duren, one of the seniors honored here at Winslow Township before the game. He's a dual threat quarterback. This year with 1,482 yards passing. And he's added 238 yards on the ground with 4 touchdowns. 24 touchdowns and 5 interceptions this year for Hamas Duran. And he picks up a first down on the ground. It's a run for Trey Thorpe, and he drags the defender forward for a gain of 5. He was able to bring Michael Francisco with him. So Trey Thorpe makes it 2nd and 7. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Duran takes the snap. Looking end zone. James Wilson Jr. is there, but the ball brings him out of bounds. It was incomplete anyway as Wilson tried to tiptoe the sidelines. So a 3rd and 7 with the ball spotted at the 35-yard line. There's James Wilson Jr., leading receiver for Winslow, and he's coming up a little bit lame as he takes his helmet off and looks like he's going to come over to the sidelines. So into Holy Spirit territory. It's 3rd and 7, but probably 4-down territory for Winslow, so he might not have to pick up the entirety of these 7 yards that you need for a first down on this 3rd down play. Receivers are on the left side. Duran looking right, now steps up into the pocket. And, wow, he stays on his feet. Hamas Duran still going to the 20-yard line. The ball comes out at the end. Referee says down by contact. Great run by Duran. And Winslow's got a first down into the red zone. Take a look at this one again. Good strength by Duran, and, well, good balance as well as Robert McDevitt. Looked like he had him dead to rights. But Duran recognizing the pressure and showing some juking ability, too, to find the open hole, move the chains. He's done it a couple times on this drive with the legs. So the 1st and 10 now from the 20. Thorpe is the running back. On the draw, it's Trey Thorpe, and the play is blown up by Holy Spirit. There's Jason Teller, 6'1", 230-pound senior linebacker, who makes the play and brings Thorpe down for a loss of 4. So it's 2nd and 14. And here's Duran throwing near side. Not much yardage on this play. Maybe a gain of 3 for Cam Miller.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 from the 23.
So it's 3rd and 13 for Winslow, as Holy Spirit looks to get off the field. James Wilson Jr. back on the field for Winslow. He was off for a play or two, and he's listed out as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Comes 3rd and 13, but the flag comes out. And it'll be a false start against Winslow. So 3rd and 18 now, and not an easy place to be. You're kind of in that awkward part of the field, too, for high school footballers, as you're out of field goal range. So once again, maybe playing for 4th down here. It's Duran who's going to throw it away. Here comes a flag.
You have a flag down. Pass goes incomplete to the right side.
As coming up slow is Robert McDevitt. He's going to need a sub. He got caught up with Zachary Thompson of Winslow Township. It's going to be 4th and 18 pending the flag, and it's against Winslow. So a drive that looked promising seems to be coming to a slow halt.
On the offense, penalty is declined. 4th down.
So 4th and 18, the holding penalty declined. So Holy Spirit deciding that a 3rd and 28 isn't as good as 4th and 18, and it looks like Winslow's special teams unit coming out onto the field for a punt. Again, you're in that awkward part of the field where there's not a lot of room to punt, but still well too far for a high school field goal. James Wilson Jr. is back to punt. And James Wilson Jr. angles his punt. Let's see where the referees mark it.
Let's see where we get the mark at.
And it goes to the 15-yard line. So you got about a 15-yard punt, but actually not that horrible for James Wilson Jr., the leading receiver for Winslow, and apparently the punter as well. Able to keep it out of Holy Spirit's hands and keep it out of the end zone. Which would have given them a touchback. So here comes Holy Spirit. Both teams with flashy first possessions and nothing doing on their second possessions. Spartans keep it on the ground on 1st down.
Eagle tacklers. About a 5-yard pickup.
And that looked like
on the tackle for the Eagles. 2nd and 5.
maybe George Cole's on the carry. Five-yard gain. And it's Coles again, left side, and down he goes. Trey Thorpe is there for the stop. And Trey Moore also on the stop. It looked like Moore might have gotten there before Thorpe, but Thorpe was there. And it's a tackle for a loss. 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, it's Coney looking. It is caught at midfield. What a grab by Elijah Stewart. Huge play for Holy Spirit to move the chains on 3rd and long. And Stewart,
30-yard pickup. 1st and 10.
with the 2 biggest plays so far, he's already over 100 yards on the game on his 2 receptions. Make it 3 receptions. He caught another short one over the middle. But the Spartans, with Cohen dropping a dime to Stewart, now give it to Coles on 1st down.
After about a 3-yard pickup.
And it brings up a 2nd and 7. Beautiful ball by Trevor Cohen.
That's the 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7.
Coming into the game, 73 of 133 for 963 yards. He's now well over 1,000 yards on the season. Through his 8th touchdown pass tonight, but also through his 10th interception already in this one. And Cohen is looking for Stewart again, and he missed him. Stewart had a step on his man. As over there on the far side, it was Trey Simmons on the coverage. Elijah Stewart, the early target for Trevor Cohen. Simmons claiming that he stepped out of bounds. Stewart, 7 touchdowns coming into the game. Now 8 touchdowns on the year. And he's got over 600 yards. Third down run, and Winslow's run defense is looking good. It's going to be 4th and 6 coming up. Only a yard on the pickup.
Held up by Mr. Smallwood. So
Looked like Luke Lewis on the carry for Holy Spirit, who has given the ball to 3 or 4 different runners already. We're under a minute to play here in quarter number 1. Another 4th down attempt. This is the spot on the field where Holy Spirit went for it on 4th down on their last drive. They threw an interception. Now it's Cohen rolling right. Nothing's there. Cohen will get it away. Down the field, the ball is caught. Then dropped, incomplete. As Simmons stayed with it to knock it away. Good defense by him. He did find Jaden Llanos, the junior wide receiver, but Simmons was able to muscle it away from him. And it's a turnover on downs with 33 seconds left in the first quarter. So the defense is tightening up. There's Jason Handy, assistant coach for Winslow. He told me that he didn't get much sleep last night. He stayed up watching film, feeling a little vengeful from this matchup last season where Holy Spirit shut out Winslow in style. A 30-plus point win for Holy Spirit last year. It's a Holy Spirit program that has been pretty powerful here in South Jersey. Duran's got time to throw on 1st down, and he is on time to James Wilson Jr. A pickup of 15 on the play. And the clock runs under 25 seconds.
37-yard line. 16-yard pickup. 1st and 10.
If you're just joining us, it was Elijah Stewart's second play from scrimmage, the 65-yard touchdown. Trey Simmons, the 60-yard touchdown for Winslow on their second play from scrimmage. But that's all the scoring we've seen as we have reached the end of the first quarter. Winslow 7, Holy Spirit 7. It's high school football here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. It's a Duran touchdown. He finds his man. The first play of the second quarter is a touchdown to Jacob Mitchell. And Winslow takes the lead 13-7.
Ball for the extra point.
And coming out firing here in the second quarter. Flag on the extra point. as Winslow will get flagged here on the extra point.
So we have a legal substitution.
So we'll see if Brightman still wants to kick. He's still lining up to kick for the extra point. So it'll be a 25-yard extra point try here for Brightman. Kick is up. The kick is good. 14-7.
Successful extra point.
Jacob Mitchell from Hamas Durin.
14.
And the Eagles lead the Spartans here in the second quarter. Tell you what, the marching band is on point tonight. It's not just senior night for the football players, but also those in the marching band and the cheerleaders as well. So big congratulations to all of the senior athletes and participants here at Winslow Township High School. Winslow a 14-7 lead. First play of the second quarter was a Jacob Mitchell touchdown. And Holy Spirit with Nick Medina receiving the kickoff to begin the Holy Spirit drive. They'll start at their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's Cohen throwing over the middle, and that ball deflected at the line. So 2nd and 10. That was what the first play, I should say the second play from scrimmage looked like for Holy Spirit. But Elijah Stewart took it the distance for a touchdown. Second and 10. Trevor Cohen hands off on 2nd down. Here comes a flag in the area of holding. Whistle still not blowing. A little late there as that forward progress was stopped by the stout Winslow defense. Let's see what the call is. Yeah, it's going to go against Holy Spirit as the referee asking Winslow if they want to decline the penalty.
Holding on the offense. Penalty is declined. Down.
Brings up a 3rd down. Interesting coaching decision there to decline it.
All right, so it's a loss.
Brings it to 3rd and 11. So Winslow smelling a chance to get off the field yet again. They've got the momentum. And the defense with a chance to put Holy Spirit's offense on the sidelines. Here comes the 3rd and 11 play. Cohen for Stewart across the middle, and that flag will come in on the hit as Stewart comes up limping, but a good strong catch there, and he took some contact from Trey Simmons, but it looked like Simmons grabbed him on the face mask. And we will confirm that here.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. 1st down.
So that's a big play and a tough one for Simmons as we get another look on the replay. Yeah, you can see the head turn, and that is quite obvious for the referees, and the reason why a couple flags came out of the pocket.
Up 29. I was right the first time.
So to the 29-yard line goes Holy Spirit, 1st and 10, trying to tie up Winslow. Trevor Cohen, another slant route. And this time he finds Chris Finnan.
Actually, check that. That was number 13 on the catch that time.
Check that. That's Eric Roman.
Which is Roman. First down.
So Eric Roman, his first catch of the game. It moves the chains, and Holy Spirit's in business inside the 20. Cohen takes the snap, another whistle, though, and we've got ourselves a timeout, Winslow. Third timeout by the Eagles, so they are out of timeouts. 10-15 left here in quarter number 2. Winslow 14, Holy Spirit 7. Winslow with touchdowns from Trey Simmons and Jacob Mitchell. There's Kenny Scott, the head coach for quite a few years now at Winslow Township, and he's done a really good job to turn this program into, well, a force to be reckoned with in South Jersey. And we'll see what the Eagles can muster up as the playoffs come around. But mentioned this coaching staff, including Coach Scott, excited to go up against Holy Spirit and give them a taste of their 2021 medicine after a big loss last year. Here is a run up the middle, rumbling inside the 5. Short of the goal line is Holy Spirit, but they are on the doorstep, and they will hustle up to the line. And on first down, they're going to try. The second effort is going to get him into the end zone. Touchdown, Marcus Lewis. Holy Spirit on the board. Here in the second quarter, it's 14-13. Running up the gut is what gets Holy Spirit in the end zone on this drive. It was the run that set it up. As the kick is up and good, Marcus Lewis finishes off what he set up on that replay that you just saw. The 15 or 20-yard run, and then a 1-yard run by Lewis, who's 5'11", 215 pounds, and it wasn't easy for him to get into the end zone, as Winslow's done pretty well up front. But it's a successful drive for Holy Spirit, and we are tied at 14 with 9:50 left here in the second quarter. A good action back and forth. Some plays being made, offense and defense, for both Holy Spirit and Winslow. On a chilly night from Atco. Glad I brought my sweatshirt. You get a look at Mason Forte, the kicker for Holy Spirit. Go through his motions. As this ball bounces at the 10, it's a good kick. Simmons receives. Simmons, oh, he looked like he was going to break it for a moment, but Holy Spirit with Nick Medina brings him down. There is a flag on the play all the way back at the 15-yard line. 99% of the time, this is a penalty against the receiving team. So we're probably looking at a long drive upcoming for Winslow if they want to score points. They're going to wave the flag off. All right.
So Winslow will be taking over from their own 29-yard line, first and 10.
So at the 29-yard line is where Winslow starts. Duran has looked strong. Offensive line has looked strong. A lot of weapons on this Winslow offense. Simmons, Wilson, Mitchell, all on the field. Same with Cam Brown, the promising freshman receiver. Right now it's Mitchell in motion as a tight end for Trey Thorpe.
Thorpe up the middle.
Strong run, but only a couple yards.
5 yardage. So 3-yard pickup. Let's say second and 7.
And the touchdown score for Holy Spirit had the tackle, Marcus Lewis. Duran on 2nd and 7, gives to Thorpe again.
Middle once again. Thorpe.
Gain of 5 for Thorpe.
Looks like about 5 yards this time. So
He's grabbed from behind by
2.
Will Marable.
Right at the 37. Easy to get up to about the 39 for a first down. 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Duran in the gun for receivers. Thorpe is the back. Duran throws, complete, short to Jacob Mitchell, right to midfield. Ball pops out, but after Mitchell hit the ground, the tackle made by Michael Francisco, and Jacob Mitchell on this replay
right at midfield
finds the soft spot. Gotta say, good camera work. Gonna continue to give the shout out to our Winslow Township High School crew. Sky and Sky, our 2 camera operators tonight, part of Norm Ingram's broadcast class here at Winslow Township High School.
Inside handoff this time, a loss.
And the handoff is stopped in the backfield. It was again given to Thorpe. Will Marable on the stop. 2nd and 13 after a loss on the play. Winslow has to get to the Holy Spirit 40-yard line. And they've got it on their own 47. Duran with a low snap. Duran firing for James Wilson Jr. It's through his arms, no flag.
Going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 13, man coverage. But George Coles was up to the challenge for Holy Spirit. Duran trying to throw James Wilson Jr. open on that play. Marching band is making its way down to the field. We'll keep a camera live and some audio live for the marching band performance here at halftime.
Third and about 12.
Here comes the 3rd and 13 play. Duran throws. Complete. Sideline caught. Trey Simmons on the receiving end got 1 foot in. His second foot might have come down out of bounds. But at the high school level, that's a good catch. And it's the second 3rd down reception for a Winslow receiver to move the chains and keep the drive going. So 1st down to the 36. Quick strike into the dirt.
Pass goes incomplete.
As he was looking for Jacob Mitchell. And a 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, now with some silence here on the near sideline, the cheerleaders on the Holy Spirit sideline starting to make some noise. Wave those gold pom-poms in the air. And the Winslow cheerleaders cheering right back at them. Here's Duran on 2nd down and no one in the area really.
I'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Stay tuned.
Was looking for Cameron Brown.
The marching band will present.
But Brown was running one way, the football went the other. 3rd and 10.
Halftime entertainment. Don't forget our concession stand is open tonight. It is a great evening.
Mentioned Cam Brown. I thought he was the freshman. I got him confused. Cam Miller is the freshman for Winslow, number 10. Cam Brown, a sophomore. Still a young Cam in this Winslow offense. And on 3rd down, here's Duran stepping up, looking for 1st down yardage, dragged down from behind. He's going to be short of the marker as Michael Francisco caught him. But it'll be 4th and manageable inside the 30. Duran looks at the sideline, and Christian Hackenberg, the assistant coach for Winslow Township, giving the plays. Yeah, that Christian Hackenberg, former Penn State Nittany Lion. Here comes the 4th and 3. Duran across the middle, found Jacob Mitchell, and Mitchell is to the 10. He was wide open across the middle, had to contend mostly with the referee who was in his way. Look at this.
17-yard pickup.
Good job by the referee to scoot his way out of Mitchell's way.
Person goes goal. Chain game is dropped.
Good looking drive here for Winslow. But can they? First, it's Trey Thorpe. 2nd and goal, 7 now. Second and 7. Across the middle, touchdown, Eagles. His 2nd of the quarter, Jacob Mitchell.
7 yards.
3rd touchdown of the game for Hamas Duran through the air. And Winslow has a 20-14 lead with
Tim Bright.
4:11 left in quarter number 2. Extra point is up by Bright, and it's good.
Pushing the score.
21-14. We get another look
14,
at Jacob Mitchell's second touchdown of the game. Quick slant route across the middle.
4:11 left in the second quarter.
And Winslow has its third touchdown of the game and a 7-point lead. We'll be back.
Great first half of scoring so far. All right, so lining up at the 40 to kick off. Tim Bright.
Timmy Bright fresh off an extra point for Winslow. Short kick to Holy Spirit. And here comes Holy Spirit from their own 38. And it's 1st and 10. Trevor Cohen hands off on first down to Marcus Lewis.
Short 2-yard pickup.
There's Jeremiah Taylor on the stop, number 14. Gain of 2 to the 40. Big number 63, Corey Williams, getting some love as well. Second and 8, across the middle, and a hit was coming in. He stayed on his feet, did the intended target, and that is going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Down the middle. 3rd and 8.
Looking for number 81 on the Holy Spirit side. 3:22 left in the second quarter. And it's 3rd and long for Holy Spirit. Winslow receives the second half kickoff. Remember, the game started with a Holy Spirit long touchdown. We're going to keep it on the ground on 3rd and 8 and get close to that yardage.
It's about a 6-yard pickup there. About a 5-yard pickup, so it's going to be
Nick Medina on the carry.
Right about the 45.
With Emerald Mitchell on the stop.
So big 4th down.
Emerald Mitchell, a phenomenal linebacker for Winslow Township. Fourth and 3, huge play for Holy Spirit. Because if they miss, Winslow's got a chance to go down the field. And the way their offense is buzzing, the Eagles probably think that's points. It's Cohen throwing, and that ball bobbled but caught. Well done, Jaden Llanos. 10-yard pickup for number 10. Tell you what, they're asking Trevor Cohen to roll right and then throw across his body. And how about Llanos extending and getting his chest behind the ball after he bobbled? Well done. 2 minutes left, second quarter. Holy Spirit moving. In a good football game, it's Cohen looking deep along the sideline. He's got his man. He stays on his feet. It's a touchdown. Elijah Stewart.
And that's Stewart once again.
Gorgeous throw and catch as Stewart evaded the hit from Thorpe. And that's the second touchdown catch for Stewart. He's got, well, pushing 150 yards now. A 40-yard touchdown catch for Stewart, a 60-yard touchdown catch, and some receptions in between as well. Big game already here in the first half, and it's 21-20. I hope you took the over in this one. Just kidding, you should not be betting on high school sports. 1:50 left here in the second quarter. Still time for Winslow.
Is declined.
A declined penalty on the extra point. There have been 12 men on the field for Winslow. The referee's mic cut out before he was able to make the call. Here's the kick. It's up. It's good. And the flag will come out. Probably going to get Trey Moore, and this will be enforced on the kickoff.
The holder. Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So 21-21, 1:50 left. Winslow will get the football back as we get another look at the big fourth down conversion, which set up the 45-yard touchdown catch. For Elijah Stewart. Simon Rosenwasser here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Ethan Carpenter directing. Getting a stream out on the air with limited internet infrastructure here in Atco, New Jersey. So we apologize if the video quality isn't, Fox Sports, ESPN, et cetera, et cetera. As this kick will go out of bounds, it'll be good field position for Winslow as the flag comes out. Though Holy Spirit was kicking off at their own 50 after the extra point penalty against the Eagles. So we'll find out where they spot the football now.
So with the
Step
10
ball,
minutes to move the
legal
ball.
procedure on the kicking team. Winslow will take
Be at the
ball from
40-yard
40
line
First down.
for Winslow. 1:50 to go.
Explained well by the official. With 150.
They've told me one day they're going to get a strong internet connection out here at Winslow Township. Until then, just got to make sure we get that game on the air for all of you to watch live, and we thank you for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. 1st and 10, not much on the ground for Trey Thorpe, and that's been the story
No pickup.
for both teams, really. Both rush defenses doing well through the air is where the points have been scored. Duran wants some points here. Along the sideline, it's incomplete. Double coverage and still almost completed with Trey Simmons
3rd and 10.
Defended by Eric Roman and George Coles. So 3rd and 10. Winslow trying to move the football. Both teams doing well in the critical downs, 3rd and 4th downs, the last couple series. Four receivers. Where does Hamas Duran go with the football on this play? Here comes the pressure. Duran tucks it. 1st down and more. Inside Holy Spirit territory to the 40.
It's a big pickup, about 20. You all right? Actually, a little short than before. I thought you got 40.
1:18 to play, and it's a 1st down Winslow. Duran keeping it on the ground.
Minute 18 left in the first half.
First and 10. Duran under pressure, throws back foot, incomplete. Good defense by Holy Spirit.
Bring up a 2nd and 10.
And once again, George Coles, we've called his name a lot. Second and 10. Duran fakes the handoff, throws incomplete. Intended for the freshman Cam Miller.
3rd and 10.
So another 3rd and 10 for Winslow.
From the 42.
Well, we just saw Duran pick up a 3rd down conversion with his legs. Ball on the 42-yard line. Only 40 seconds have come off the clock here in this drive, as Winslow has kept it in the hands of Duran, and the incomplete passes have stopped the clock. Here comes another 3rd down. Receivers bunched on the right side. Duran wants to tuck it, throws on the run, and that ball is almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted, goes incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th now, 4th and 10, still at the 42.
Eric Roman on the coverage, knocked it away, almost stayed with it enough for a Holy Spirit pick. And now if you're Winslow, 1:02 left. It's like they're going to trust their defense and take the risk of going for it here on 4th down. The option could be to punt it deep. Spartans showing pressure, and they back off. Duran looking for Simmons. Got him inside the 5. He's marked just
Simmons.
short.
Down at 2.
Duran dropping dimes, and it'll be 1st and goal as Winslow
1st and goal to go.
hurries up to the line. 1st and goal from the 2. Duran with it deflected, incomplete, and the clock stops at 40 seconds.
Second and
So how about Winslow dialing up a deep ball? They really trust these skill position players. Trey Simmons getting a step on his man, and Duran with a beautiful ball, one of the best of the night. Not going to say the best. He's thrown some good ones, including a couple touchdown passes to Mitchell and one to Trey Simmons earlier. So with 40 seconds left, Winslow can slow the heart rate a bit. With the 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Duran for Trey Thorpe.
the middle.
And he's stopped short.
Stop short.
Gain maybe 1. And for some reason the clock stopped. And now it goes. I think the referee is going to, they're looking at the clock over here. So they're probably going to make a determination of how much should be off the clock.
Clock operator, please reset the clock to 28 seconds, and it will start on my ready.
So the clock should not have stopped, and so they'll put it down to 28 seconds. All right.
At the clock to 28 seconds, it will start on my ready.
All right, clock is now at 28, and now the clock rolls. Here comes a 3rd and goal from the 1. It's Duran who wants to sneak. Duran left tackle. No signal. Stop short. 4th down, and there's 12 seconds left. Winslow's got to hurry. No timeouts. 6 seconds. Can they snap it for a field goal? 2 seconds. The kick is up. The kick is good. As time expires, Winslow salvages 3 points at the end of the 2nd quarter, and it's 24-21. Well, we didn't think that as we get a look at this drive, the 3rd down completion or conversion for Hamas Duran, that was the biggest play of the drive. Well, I should say this was the biggest play of the drive. The 4th down and 10, and Duran down to Trey Simmons, and it took all 4 downs for Winslow to salvage some points. Hurry up offense to snap that ball, and good job by Timmy Bright to kick it through as time expired. So those 3 timeouts that were taken by Winslow early in the half come into play. And the score is 24-21. Who knows? Maybe if they had the timeout, Winslow goes for it on 4th down. Eagles received the ball at the start of the 3rd quarter. We will keep it here, keep some natural sound on as the marching band plays here for the Atco, New Jersey, Winslow Township High School crowd.
All right. So the 2021 Winslow Township High School Marching Band presents Get On Board. As we return to the 2021 TOB competitive season, the Winslow Township High School Marching Band will get on board for a train ride around America. We will first take the train to Harlem with a short stop in Chattanooga. Then we'll head to Georgia to introduce some next generation superstars. We'll end the trip in California during the 1960s to take one last ride with some old friends. The marching band will perform Take the A Train, Midnight Train to Georgia, Last Train to Clarksville. The Winslow Township High School Marching Band is led by Drum Major Fawaz Basari, Horn Captain Gene Embert, Percussion Captain Anthony Lombara, Guard Captain Naomi Idladapo, and Quartermaster Jalen Mitchell. Soloist Gene Embert, Brian Ahn, Giovanni Barra, Naomi Idolato, Amber Humphreys, Eugene, and the Pips. Fawaz Basari, Jalen Mitchell, Gavin Serzer, Kayla Goldsboro, the WTH percussion section. Instructing the band, our assistant director, Miss Corey Merch, visionary guard designer, Miss Jessica Parkhurst, music and visual instructor, Miss Casey Cox, Miss Maddie Parkhurst, Miss Aaliyah Jones, Miss Siani McCowan, percussion instructors, Mr. Andre Ames, Mr. Isaiah Brown, program coordinator designer, Mr. George Lavelle Jr. And everything else, of course, by Mr. Dave Parkhurst. And now, get on board.
All right, we welcome you back to Winslow Township High School, where it is halftime in the third quarter is nearly upon us. In a 24-21 game, Winslow leads Holy Spirit. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights from this one, and there have been many. This was a touchdown for Winslow. Their first play of the game, Trey Simmons went the distance on a great pass from Hamas Duran. Jacob Mitchell caught 2 touchdowns in the first half, including that one. And then this was right before the half as Winslow drove at the end of the second quarter and able to complete the pass to Trey Simmons. And then the field goal was up and good for Winslow as time expired in the second quarter. So we come to the third quarter. Winslow 24, Holy Spirit 21. It'll be Winslow to receive the opening half kickoff. We'll get that scoreboard figured out for you. And it'll be an illegal procedure against Holy Spirit to begin quarter number 3. So Winslow will start the drive at the 40. Hope you hung on for our halftime entertainment. What a performance by the Winslow Township Marching Band. Taking the A train. And so Winslow, who was able to salvage some points right before the half, did not have any timeouts to burn on that last drive. It almost cost them as they were able to snap the ball with literally less than a second left and kick that field goal. So Duran is on with a 1st and 10. Trey Thorpe. Similar story to the first half. Not much on this carry from Thorpe as Sean Finnan is in there on the stop. Thorpe has had some trouble on the ground. Hasn't been his fault, as Holy Spirit has done well with their front 7. Here's the 2nd and 11. Duran fakes the handoff and runs himself. Stiff arm to the 45-yard line.
All the way up to about, it's going to be very close to a first down. And the chain gang is moving.
So 1st and 10 for Winslow after Duran
1st and 10 from the 40.
executes this good-looking run. Sold the fake. And Holy Spirit's Jaden Llanos on the tackle. Ball to the 45. Here's the 1st and 10 for Trey Thorpe. Still looking for any sort of room. Able to fall forward here, and he's wrestled for a gain of 2. Alex Tawarabara. That's a tough name to say. On the stop, number 44. First time we've called his name, and it's a stop against Trey Thorpe to bring up a 2nd and 8. Thorpe is in the backfield. 4 receivers for Hamas Durin. Looking for Jacob Mitchell, but the coverage was good. From the start, he had a linebacker on him. And that was the big man, Marcus Lewis, the running back and linebacker for Holy Spirit. And Mitchell a little slow coming back to the huddle here. It'll bring up a 3rd and 9. With Winslow leading 24-21, opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Durin fires, it's deflected at the line. Jaden Llanos in there on the pressure and got a paw on it to bring up a 4th and 10. And Winslow forced to punt. So good start for the Spartans. And a good football game so far. Still 2 quarters left to go. With James Wilson Jr. back to boot for Winslow. And it looks like Elijah Stewart in there to receive. Angling punt as Stewart watches it go out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And Holy Spirit's offense comes out onto the field. Stewart will stay on the field. 2 touchdowns for Elijah Stewart in the first half. Big play man for Holy Spirit. Second play from scrimmage, he was in there for 6. Trevor Cohen back behind center for Holy Spirit as the huddle breaks. Jaden Llanos to the near side. And Trevor Cohen rolls right on 1st down. Throws across his body, and he's got Elijah Stewart, who's out of bounds to the 44. Again, rolling Cohen out to his right. And Stewart has looked dangerous every time he touches the ball.
12-yard pickup, 1st and 10. Actually a 13-yard pickup at the 41.
1st and 10 for Holy Spirit.
Handoff.
And the handoff running left side.
Tripped up by Cam Brown.
Goes to Marcus Lewis. Cam Brown on the stop. It's a modest gain of 3.
Pickup. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 44-yard line.
And out goes Marcus Lewis. And cycling in those running backs, says A.J. Russo. Cohen looking Stewart, and here comes the flag. One-on-one coverage with Trey Simmons, and Simmons was not looking at the football, and that's what might have drawn the flag, but Elijah Stewart, once again dangerous. The call, pass interference. First down, Holy Spirit. We get another look. Look at the one-on-one coverage near side of your screen. Stop and start from Elijah Stewart. And Simmons, the guilty party. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Referee timeout as they get the right spot on the field.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 41.
Cohen hands off. Running right is Jason Teller. He goes backwards. Amir Wiley, the first Winslow Eagle to get there. Eagles have been flying into the ball on defense, especially on those run plays. They give them forward progress for a gain of a half yard.
2nd and 9 from the 40.
2nd and 9. Trevor Cohen fakes the handoff. Cohen throws across, and it's complete. It's Chris Finnan on the catch. 8 yards to bring up a 3rd and 1.
About 1 yard to get a first down from the 32.
Identify the one-on-one matchup there. Cam Miller on the stop. Third and 1 for Holy Spirit. First possession for the Spartans here in the 3rd quarter. They will keep it on the ground, hit behind the line of scrimmage. Down he goes with a solid tackle made by Chad Smallwood. Number 65 will bring up a 4th down and 2. Look at Smallwood here getting off his block very well. So a key play in the 3rd quarter. The teams have been pretty good on 4th down. It's Cohen, and that ball is caught by Holy Spirit.
First down at the 25.
Jaden Llanos. Llanos has made a couple of contested grabs on 3rd and 4th down in this game, and they're a big one. With some Winslow arms in the area, he's still able to haul it in. 1st and 10 from the 25. Fake the handoff. Cohen's looking end zone. And that's incomplete, but a flag comes in with Cameron Brown on the coverage, and he had to do pretty much what he did to keep that ball out of the end zone. Llanos had him beat. Came back to the football, and Cam Brown saw it late. Let's see what the call is. Probably pass interference.
Foul for defensive pass interference.
Wow, they pick it up.
Second down, clock will start on the
So good coverage there, all things considered, from Cameron Brown one-on-one. Out of the arms, I thought that was a touchdown. But good defense by Winslow. Still 2nd and 10 as Holy Spirit's driving. And the handoff to the left side. There was Jeremiah Taylor on the stop, with also Chad Smallwood again, 65.
Bring up a 3rd and about 11.
3rd and 11 for Holy Spirit. Approaching halfway done the 3rd quarter. Still a 3-point lead for Winslow. The difference in the game was the buzzer-beating field goal by the Eagles. And Timmy Bright at the end of the 2nd quarter. Here's the 3rd and 11 for Holy Spirit. Cohen on a slant. Once again, it's Llanos. He's been the man in the critical situations when they need a reception and a chance to move the chains. It's Llanos who provides it. Another look on the replay. Again, our Winslow Township high school crew. Sky and Sky, the 2 students from Winslow, doing a phenomenal job. As we got to look at the replay there, it's 1st and 10. Holy Spirit getting closer and closer. Flag comes out. Not 1, but 2. And Cam Miller on the coverage didn't seem happy as he looked back at the referee. So probably an indication that this is going to go against Winslow Township.
holding on the defense.
Defensive holding.
Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
So half the distance to the goal with the ball spotted at
We have a holding half the distance.
the 15-yard line. It'll bring it to the 7.5, if my math is correct. Still a first down. Two yards to go on first down. Handoff, Holy Spirit. Touchdown, Holy Spirit. Spartans back on the board as George Coles is in for 6. There is a flag on the field, but I believe this came after the play. As we get another look at the touchdown for Coles. Wow. Holding against the offense, so wipe away the touchdown there. That was not what I expected to hear. But Coles maybe had a little too much room. So we're back to 1st and 10. Ball back to the 15-yard line. Coles is the back. They fake to him and throw. It's incomplete. No, it's intercepted. Cameron Brown stepped in front of the route.
With the pick.
And Winslow takes over.
Winslow takes over at their own 20.
We take another look. The pressure came, and Brown stepped right in front of Jaden Llanos. He read the quarterback's eyes. And with 5:14 to go, Winslow bends, but they do not break. And that's a huge swing of momentum here in the third quarter. Second interception by the Winslow defense today. Trey Thorpe had the first one. And Trey Thorpe back on the field as a running back. They're going to pitch to Thorpe, and he does well to salvage maybe no gain. He was hit about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage on the pitch. But it'll be second down and long. Really been a frustrating game for Thorpe. Oh, but the face mask penalty against Holy Spirit.
5-yard infraction, face mask. So it's going to be 1st and 5 from the 20.
So 1st and 5 now for Holy Spirit. That's one of those penalties that has not changed from the high school level to the NFL level. I'm pretty sure every face mask now at the NFL level is 15 yards. So it's interesting that you've got a 5-yard face mask variety still at the high school level. And that's what Holy Spirit was guilty of on that play. 1st and 5. Man, a lot of flags today, and here come 3 more. All 3 referees throw their yellow laundry, and it's a false start against Winslow. So we go forward, we go backwards, and we're back to a 1st and 10 from where the drive started at the 21. Amos Duran looks at his play sheet on his arm, delivers the message to Jacob Mitchell and company. 3 receivers on the right side of the formation to start here. Trey Thorpe to Duran's right. Lone man is James Wilson Jr. on the far side. Duran for Mitchell. Slips through a couple tackles. Gain of 9 to the 29. Mitchell slow to get up, but he looks okay. Gonna hobble over to the sideline. Did we have another penalty? Yes, we did. Oh, man.
An eligible man downfield on the offense.
An eligible man downfield on the Eagles. That's something I've seen a lot from Eagles football, and we're not talking Winslow this year. We've seen a lot of penalties from Eagles football. We're, of course, talking about the Philadelphia Eagles who play on Sunday. Winslow repping those Philadelphia Birds with the Eagle helmets that look just like their local team. First and 15, it's Duran on the slant, and Wilson dropped it. James Wilson Jr. would have had chunk yardage. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 15. Haven't seen a big play from James, and he looks, I don't know, he looks like he's maybe hobbling a little bit. You wonder if he's got an injury that he's playing through. Of course, at this part in the football season, everyone's playing through something. Toughness is part of the game, and playing with pain is part of the game. 2nd and 15. 3:19 left in the third quarter. Duran has plenty of time, and he's got a man open, and he overshot him. Cam Miller was plenty open for what would have been an 80-yard touchdown. His DB was hurt as he was able to beat Jaden Llanos, and Llanos now walks off to the Holy Spirit sideline as you see Miller walk off to the near sideline. But that is a huge opportunity missed for Winslow. And for Holy Spirit, they've got to deal with tending to Jaden Llanos, who's been a big contributor on the offensive and defensive side of the ball tonight. Until then, it's 3rd and 15. And now it's James Wilson Jr. contested catch at the 40. Pulls it in, first down Winslow. Tell you what, the protection has held up very well tonight. And good job by Duran to identify the one-on-one matchup there, and James Wilson Jr. trusted to haul the balls in, even though he dropped one earlier on the drive. 1st and 10, Winslow. Ball up to the 37. Ball spotted at the left hash mark. Receiver on the near side is Trey Simmons for Winslow. And falling away, that'll be an 11-yard completion as Duran, with his weight falling backwards, able to complete that pass. He found Cameron Brown. Take a look once again. Duran showing the arm strength, not able to kind of step into that throw. So Winslow moving just shy of midfield. Taking over after the Cameron Brown interception. After a long Holy Spirit drive. Trey Thorpe with a juke, and finally some open green for Trey Thorpe. He's inside the 10 and a touchdown for the Eagles. Keep on feeding Trey, he will reward you. And he does so here with 1:38 left in the third. It's a 9-point lead for the Eagles.
Pushing your lead. Eagles 30. Spirit 21.
All it takes is one, and Trey Thorpe has had himself a nice night. Here's the extra point. It's up and it's good. Timmy Bright has had himself a bright night under the lights.
Your Eagles up 10.
He's kicked all 4 of his extra points and a field goal at the end of the second quarter, and Winslow has a 31-21 lead. Oh, something refreshing about Eagles football and keeping it on the ground. Trey Thorpe with the long 51-yard touchdown. Here is how we got to where we are here in the third quarter. Holy Spirit was driving Cam Brown with the interception. And there's Trey Thorpe with the juke at the line of scrimmage, and then broke a few more tackles to get in for 6. Gorgeous replay. Still plenty of football to go. 13:38 left in regulation. Timmy Bright will kick away.
Successful extra point.
First time, long time, Timmy Bright has kicked it deep. Oh, and a huge hit! Emerald Mitchell laying down the law as Holy Spirit comes out on offense. How about Emerald Mitchell? Got to be careful not to get a taunting penalty, but Mitchell getting the crowd loud here for a moment. So the Eagles clearly have the momentum, but Holy Spirit can respond with a 1st and 10. It's Cohen who throws, and Trey Thorpe on the coverage. They were looking for Hamas Durant.
Second and 10 after the incomplete pass. Pressured by Emerald Mitchell.
Emerald Mitchell providing the pressure as we get a look at him. And we're looking at his numbers coming into this season, or coming into this game. 260 total tackles, I should say, on his career. Now plenty more than that, as he has been active tonight again. And a great time to show his numbers after a big special teams play. Oh, it went through the arms of Trey Thorpe, but incomplete. Almost got it to Elijah Stewart, but Winslow not giving much defensively now. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Jaden Llanos is back on the field for Holy Spirit. 1:19 to play third quarter. Got some assistant coaches on the Winslow side trying to get the crowd to make some noise here on a big 3rd down. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Cohen in the gun. Only receiver is in the slot on the near side. Llanos joins him. Cohen looking. He's looking for Stewart and just has to throw it away. Trey Thorpe. Oh, he almost had another interception. Cohen just tried to throw it away, and Trey Thorpe was on his horse. Fourth down and 10, and Holy Spirit goes 3 and out as you see the penalty called against the Spartans. And it's all Winslow here. They'll get the football back pending the punt. Jabez Coney back to return. Here's the boot. Coney calls fair catch. He drops it. Able to recover. 1st and 10 Winslow from here in the third quarter. A chance not quite to put the game away, but make it really difficult for the Spartans. As we get one more look at the Trey Thorpe touchdown run. And he almost coupled it up with an interception on the next drive. It would have been his second. Thorpe is in the backfield. Low snap, Duran trying to get anything on the ground here. He shoved out of bounds, runs out of room. Llanos guides him out of bounds in front of his own bench. Does gain a yard, 2nd and 9. Senior quarterback Hamas Duran. Again, the seniors all being honored before the game. Senior night here from Winslow. And Duran has led the offense to 31 points. Done a really nice job, a good bounce back from the performance against Cedar Creek. Winslow fine-tuning themselves, same with Holy Spirit, for playoffs to come. Duran with pressure, throws on the run, and James Wilson Jr. dropped it off his fingertips. Duran was hit as he threw, so didn't get as much on that as maybe he needed for a touchdown, but the pressure came, and there was an open man downfield. Bet you James Wilson Jr. says they need to bring that in. Little bit out in front of him, but would have been another big play for Winslow that would have brought down the house. It's 3rd and 9 with 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as the temperature continues to drop here in Atco. First time we can really feel winter approaching. November right around the corner. Trey Thorpe on the screen. He's got plenty of room. 1st down and more as Thorpe runs over his tackler.
Excuse me, sir.
PA announcer says, excuse me, sir. Michael Pena on the tackle here. Here's Trey Thorpe, number 5, being brought down by number 5. And Thorpe playing with some intensity here, though little hobbled after that one. Thorpe went down with injury in the Cedar Creek contest. Thorpe has had himself quite a night. Senior running back and safety had an interception in the first half. Big touchdown run here in the 3rd quarter as it comes to a close to give Winslow a 10-point lead. We go to quarter number 4. It's Winslow 31, it's Holy Spirit 21. It's live high school football from South Jersey on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. And we welcome you back to Atco, start of the 4th quarter here at Winslow Township High School. Winslow 31, Holy Spirit 21. Trey Thorpe has been a big contributor. We're going to show you the highlight again of the touchdown run for Thorpe. And then just now, that screen pass to pick up 1st down yardage for Winslow, and they start with a 1st and 10 And it's Cam Miller on the carry for Winslow. Gain of 3.
For some positive yardage, about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 from the 35.
Cam Miller going to have a bright future. He has a bright future for Winslow Township. Continues to grow into his body. Yet again, a skill position player that Winslow seems to be rich with these days. 5'11", 175-pound freshman, number 10. Lined up in the slot on this play. See if Winslow keeps it on the ground as they've got the 10-point lead. It's Miller in motion. Should be a hold. Yep, here comes the flag. They're going to set up the screen to Thorpe. It's all gravy here because it's all coming back. Thorpe makes a nice cut. Get back to the line of scrimmage and even a few more. But pretty much the most obvious hold you've ever seen being called against Winslow. So we'll redo 2nd down.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot. Down. You're right.
It's a spot foul in high school, so when you set up a screen behind the line of scrimmage anyway, it's not just a 10-yard penalty. It's much more than that, as we are back to the 45-yard line, and Winslow has to get their own 45-yard line, and Winslow has to get to the Holy Spirit 28. 27 yards to gain on 2nd down. First couple minutes of the 4th quarter. Trey Thorpe is in there. And Duran looking deep. Cam Miller got the catch inside the 20.
Get the catch. 2 about the 18.
One-on-one with Jaden Llanos and the freshman with the victory on that play. Another look.
Hit 38.
Good ball by Duran. 1st and 10 to the 19. The 36-yard pickup by Miller.
Inside handoff.
Not much for Trey Thorpe on this play. Will Marable in on the stop. Tackle for a loss will make it 2nd and 11. Robert McDevitt also in there on your screen for Holy Spirit. Second and 11, and Duran's looking to throw. Back of the end zone, that ball is brought in for a touchdown! Trey Simmons!
The 21.
What a throw, what a catch, Simmons. His 2nd score of the game. I thought that ball was well overthrown, but it was actually perfect. Double coverage. And into the long jump pit. Timmy Bright's perfect night continues. Another extra point is through. It's 38-21 as we get a recap of the drive. The big play on 2nd and 27 to Cam Miller, the freshman. And then the 25-yard pass to Trey Simmons. Winslow is soaring, as they say, here in Atco. Coming up next for both teams, playoffs. Winslow in Group 4 in South Jersey. Holy Spirit in non-public B. And you got to look there, round 1 and 2 coming the first couple weekends in November. And right now, both teams in position to be playing postseason football. Certainly Winslow, who coming into the night was number 4 in Group 4. And they'll pick up some power points as this ball goes out of bounds and the flag comes out.
Pushed up to the 35-ish.
Dead ball. Legal procedure on the kicking team. Holy Spirit is elected to take the ball at the 35-yard line, first down.
All right, so Holy Spirit, the next possession.
So still
their own 35-yard
time for Holy Spirit to come back. They're going to need some big plays, though, and probably a turnover on the Winslow side. 38 points for Winslow.
With 8:43 left in the fourth quarter.
And 17 points to make up if you're Holy Spirit. 4 receivers. Trevor Cohen is the quarterback. He's looking across the middle. Cam Miller with the coverage. He might have gotten there a little bit early, but no flag comes out. Cam Miller getting coached up on the sideline, but it looked like pretty good defense to me. Coach Jason Handy coaching him up. Good defensive play, brings up 2nd and 10. And we spotlight Cam Miller right there.
2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Cohen looked right. It wasn't there. Cam Miller's got it. Cam Miller, pick 6.
Cam Miller, pick 6.
Touchdown, Winslow. Another look, and Miller with 2 quality, more than quality, defensive plays in a row. Looking like Trayvon Diggs out there. Timmy Bright's extra point is up and good. It's 45-21 Winslow. A lot of dancing going on here in Atco, and the marching band continues to play. .25 left. There's the band. We saw them at halftime with a great performance, and they've been bringing the heat all night long. Cheerleaders as well. They're there on your screen. Take a look at some highlights, some recent ones. Look again at the Cam Miller catch, the freshman emerging. Offense and then defense. We told you that you got some two-way players on this Winslow squad. And Trey Thorpe and Cam Miller both showing you the prowess on both sides of the ball. 3 interceptions by this Winslow defense.
Once again,
as Trey Thorpe and Cam Miller both have made big plays offensively and defensively. Another illegal procedure will give Holy Spirit the ball. And with 8:25 left, and Holy Spirit probably still forced to throw the football. This Winslow defense might be looking for more.
Inside handoff, grabbed by Smallwood first.
New quarterback in for Holy Spirit.
About 3.
It's Kawan Roseboro, it looks like.
2nd and 7 at the 38. 3-yard pickup.
Handoff will make it 2nd and 7. See what Kawan Roseboro does if they let him air the football out. Here comes the pressure. Ball is loose. Somehow ends up in the hands of Roseboro. It'll be a loss of 3 yards. Well, what I thought 3 yards. Just a yard on the play. 3rd and 8 coming up. As Roseboro stays with it. High snap, Holy Spirit keeps it on the ground. Clock runs under 7 minutes, and the Spartans have seemingly phoned it in here. New quarterback keeping it on the ground. They do not want any more damage, as Winslow has scored all of the points here in the second half. 21 points for Winslow here in quarters 3 and 4. And Holy Spirit left off the board. As on 4th and 7, Roseboro will air it out, and this ball is intercepted. Cam Brown still moving up the sideline to the 10. 2nd interception for Cam Brown today. It's been pick city for Winslow this evening. And this one, I don't know if you can put on the quarterback. Hit Llanos right in the hands.
11-yard line. 10.
6:12 left.
Turn. Block in the back. Winslow. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Winslow.
So Winslow will start at the 30-yard line after the block in the back penalty. So starting here at the 30, it's pretty much the same spot as it would be if it was an incomplete pass. But still a interception in the books for Cam Brown, the sophomore. Cam Brown, Cam Miller coming up with interceptions on the last 2 possessions for Holy Spirit. So it's 1st and 10, and Duran is in the gun with Trey Thorpe next to him. Eagles still looking to throw. Duran throws to Thorpe, and Trey Thorpe wisely staying in bounds. He turned around to keep that clock moving, and it's 2nd and 7 coming up.
After a 3-yard pickup there, with a little short pass. After 27.
We look at the standings in the West Jersey Football League. Got all the quality teams in the West Jersey Football Memorial Division. Cedar Creek and Winslow battling for first place last week, and Cedar Creek won that battle. As they keep it on the ground with Trey Thorpe. Thorpe moving to the right side, now turning upfield in for a touchdown, but there is a flag on the field. Flag back at the 20-yard line. Another spot foul holding penalty. So it's 2nd and 12. Duran gives the Thorpe on the delay. He's brought down by number 51, and that's Nolan Bradley of Holy Spirit. Loss of 2. 3rd and about 14.
All right, 3rd and about 14.
Clock runs under 4:30. Duran rolling down the field and hit right as he caught the football, but catch it indeed did Jacob Mitchell for first down yardage.
15-yard pickup. Up for the first down.
Another good catch by Jacob Mitchell. All of the receivers coming to play tonight. The running back as well. When you put 45 points on the board, you're doing something right, though. 7 of those points coming via the defense. Here's Trey Thorpe bouncing off the tackles. Trey Thorpe breaks another, and it's a touchdown Winslow.
Back to the left.
Trey Thorpe playing pinball for a score.
19-yard run for the score.
Second touchdown for Trey Thorpe on the ground, an interception as well, almost had another. And the Winslow Township Eagles have eclipsed 50 tonight. Jacob Bright is up and good, 52-21. It's 31 unanswered points by Winslow. It started with the Cam Miller interception. We get another look at some Trey Thorpe highlights. Because why not? You look at the 2 touchdowns scored by Trey Thorpe tonight. It was a first half, remember, where there was really nothing doing on the ground for Trey. And he started to figure something out in the second half. Winslow, similar to how the Eagles were worn down by the Cedar Creek Pirates last week, wearing down Holy Spirit defensively and then offensively on the ground, keeping it on the ground and grinding it out are these Eagles, scoring and soaring tonight. Short kick down for a knee.
All right, so kick to about the 27.
And we'll see who comes out at quarterback. It was Khalil Roseborough last time.
Let's give it up to our Winslow Township cheerleaders out there doing their thing, the game. Stay tuned. Check online for our next game, which will be a playoff game. I don't have more information, but we will be in the playoffs in 2 weeks.
1st and 10, Holy Spirit. They were going to keep it on the ground, but the timeout is called by Winslow. Kenny Scott going to sleep well tonight after what Holy Spirit did to the Eagles last year. Some payback this year for Winslow Township. But still a lot to prove, as it was just announced to the crowd. Playoff game is coming for the Eagles as Holy Spirit has a run up the middle.
About 6 yards, pushing ahead. Second, about 4. All the way up to about the 34-yard line.
2nd and 3 coming. Another run for Holy Spirit, 1st down yardage. The drum beat continues on here. The beat rolls on for Winslow. A lot of dancing. Everyone seems to be vibing here in Atco.
The middle, stop.
2nd and 9.
Johnson on the tackle. A 1-yard pickup. 2nd and 9.
Second down run, under 2 minutes to play.
5 yards.
5-yard gain for Holy Spirit. Here comes a 3rd and 5.
Once again up the middle. Sound about 3. Pushing up the crowd ahead.
4th and 2 after the run. Tick under a minute to go.
Stop.
Winslow will turn Holy Spirit over on down. So Winslow takes over with 24 seconds left, a couple knees, or just one knee really, and this one's in the books. Winslow to 6-2 on the season. One more regular season game. That's against St. Joseph on November 24th. We'll certainly have that game for you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Football playoffs coming in a couple weeks. Winslow will more than likely host a game right here from Winslow Township High School, and which we'll have it for you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. But the clock runs down to 0 without a kneel down, and Winslow Township High School with a huge win to improve to 6-2. Spartans drop to 3-4 as we look at the playoffs upcoming. Holy Spirit hoping to still play in a non-public P game. But the story tonight, Winslow Township High School with the victory. (52-21) your final as we get a look at some of the highlights. Trey Thorpe breaking it open in the second half. An interception as well. Big game for Trey Simmons, the touchdown. A pick 6 for Cam Miller. And Winslow Township High School with the 52-21 victory. Here's the Trey Thorpe final touchdown as they jump around here in Atco. We say so long. Ethan Carpenter, our director. Sky and Sky, the two cam ops. Norm Ingram's broadcast class. Doing well here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Winslow Township over Holy Spirit. And we say so long. Ethan Carpenter, our director. My name's Simon Rosenwasser. We will see you in a couple weeks. Until then, so long.